So hey everybody, Jason McCumsey, Redbeard Rebuilding, coming to you from the backyard. Um, we got a cool little situation going on here with the javelin I have to work on. Coach, I sorry if I screw up your name. Got something on my beard. Something in my beard. Okay. I apologize if I screw up his name here. Coach Cappos, Cappos, from Throws Pro and Thrower X. Would make sure we got all that in there. He sent me this. Um, he sent it to me because there was an issue with the javelin where there is a loose weight inside. Now, I've rattled this thing around to the best of my ability to try and hear it. I even took it out and I threw it for a little bit just to see if I could break anything loose. And I don't know why, but some judge somewhere didn't like the idea. I don't think it's a loose enough weight to really complain about, but that's not for me to compare and that's not for me to judge because I'm not one. But so we got the grip off. Now, this is a Valhalla medium hybrid carbon. The reason why they call it a hybrid carbon is because that's not carbon, that is aluminum, I believe. I believe it is aluminum, not steel, like a normal Nordic is. Nordic does make some other aluminum javelins, but right, that's not their main, forte. Sorry, gotta get my cover off my vise here. Um, but there is like we said, there is a very minor um, loose bit in here somewhere. Um, Most likely a piece of glue. Uh, that is my guess. It's just a piece of glue. Um, Now I'm going to attempt to change directions here for you. I apologize. You are on the Jav cam, and we are going to try and show you how I do this. So, obviously, that is my vise, which is attached to a lovely stand outside. I used to do this inside, and it was a disaster, but it was the only place I could put the vise. Now I have this fancy stand. Now I try my very best to do this as far down on the head as humanly possible. This is the most structured point of the head because it is the narrowest point. I'm going to move that over there. Now, luckily, I have some stuff here I can use just to make that work. Uh, Obviously, this is my little mini torch. Get it from a hardware store. That's Coleman tank on there. Fire, fire. So what we're going to do here, this is my first time taking one of these apart. The only reason I can take this apart, hold on, I'm pointing at things and you can't see it. So that's about as far as we can go here. The hybrid carbon is an aluminum front shaft with a carbon rear shaft. So this is the only way I'm able to do what I'm doing right now. If this was a full carbon, we could not do this because this is, obviously, if this was carbon and I use a torch, this is just going to go kaput and it would be useless. So normally on Nordics, if this was a full steel jab like I'm used to, the shaft is only in there about that far. Now, OTE and Gill and some other brands, sometimes you see them that far. All depends on the brand, all depends on where it is. So what we're going to do here, we're just going to start down towards the bottom, more the middle. We're not worried about the paint on this javelin, but if I can save it, great. I try it. Like I said, it doesn't count. It doesn't matter if I save it or not. Now this is, because this is a Nordic, there is some paint on that head. That doesn't matter, obviously, because we're going to rebalance it and everything like that after we're done. Try to heat evenly around the whole entire thing. But I'm trying to save the paint, but if it bubbles up, it doesn't matter. So the yellow paint can do that. So it's down there pretty well. As you can see, that paint's starting to brown, which is fine. It doesn't matter. This is taking a little more than I thought. Oh, there it goes. And that is why we don't do it indoors anymore, because it's always a disaster. Like I said, about the right same amount I told you that was stuck in there. I didn't see anything fall out of it, but it's in there somewhere, or it's in the head. If it was a piece of glue, I could have just melted it. So it could be just smoking out and not matter anymore. Just gonna put this back here somewhere. I think I have an example sitting here. Yeah, I do. So I don't remember what javelin this came out of. So this is nothing to do with this javelin. This is a section of epoxy. Somebody used all of this as a weight up here. Like I said, I don't remember what javelin this came out of. It's just something I had. I didn't throw it away. This would have been sitting right about here in a javelin as a weight for this whole entire thing to balance out. Like I said, I don't know where I got this one from. I don't remember. Let me grab my pliers so we can get this off of here. Just got our basic set of pliers here, so that way we don't touch anything that's hot. And there you go. I didn't see or hear anything pop out of there, so while I have this in my hands, in case whatever our issue is, it's still stuck inside here. Yeah, that's cool. I didn't touch that. Everything up there is hot. So, just in case, I don't know what they might have used to weight this out. This could be lead. This could be glue, like the epoxy that I showed you. Sometimes there's a lead bit that sits down in here. But just in case, what we're going to do, let's see, we'll do it right here so you guys can see what I'm doing. Yeah, you can see where I'm at. I'm just going to heat the crap out of this bottom section. That way, we know whatever might have been in there is no longer loose. It's just going to melt its way back into whatever's in there, lead or glue. So that should do plenty. As you can see, she's smoking out of there pretty well. Like I said, this is just epoxy. This would just melt if it was in there. So could be lead in there, there could be glue in there. Either way, we did what we came here for. So um, with the javelin that we're working on here, because this was a return to Coach Cappos. I hope, again, sorry if I'm not saying this right. Coach Cappos said this was a return javelin. Nordic didn't want it, obviously, because it would just be one insane shipping charge. Um, so they just said, hey, do what you want with it. So that's why he sent it to me to see if I could do it. Um, so what we're gonna do with this is Coach said that we can sell it. He gets half, I get half for doing the work. Um, so if you're seeing this video and you have an interest in that jav, shoot me a message. Look me up on the Facebooks and the Instagrams, uh, or a comment on the YouTubes. And let me know if you're interested. So yeah, I will get back to you on the build of this jav and see how we're going to paint it. I'm not entirely sure yet because it is brand new paint and I really don't have to. But I am curious what the carbon looks like underneath it. We're playing it by ear. See what happens. See how it goes. Anyway, I'm going to go to bed. Anyway, I got to get back in the house. Kids need a bath. First day of kindergarten tomorrow, or pre-K. Pre-K tomorrow. So anyway, stay safe, throw far, take care of yourselves, take care of each other.